Howdy, and welcome to Academic Unstable's Flip Norm final presentation. Howdy, I'd like you all to meet Sam. Today, Sam's mother is planning to take her to the store so she can pick out a birthday present. She's just turned 11 and loves to build things. Her mom knows Sam's a very creative girl and likes to work out things on her own. In addition, her mother also knows Sam has interest for stuff that lie in the STEM field. Because of that, they go to a local Target, and her mother directs her to the technology and engineering toys to see if anything will stick. But she quickly sees how disheartened Sam is when she reaches the section. Toys for STEM such as LEGO Mindstorms are the gold standard for gender-neutral robotics, and are also solely placed next to action figures, and also very close to video games as well, and it shows very much marketing exclusively to boys. Sam has never been interested in these and feels out of place. So instead, Sam makes up in her mind and goes to the girl aisle, and pulls out a simple girl doll instead, as it's something in her section of the store and perceived to define her more adultly. This scene plays out too often in department stores and 2 hours around the country, and leads to some very startling statistics. Numbers that showcase that STEM force for women is about 25%, and that those who graduate, only about 11% of the 20% who graduate actually stay in the field. In addition, another study for little girls is Microsoft found that girls become interested in a subject around the age of 11, but lose interest in around 15. If we can work less to have this gap of women at an early age, maybe we can fix some of the problems. And this is where our project comes in. Our project is the Programmable Action Doll. The toy is designed to encourage girls to try complex engineering. It's highly customizable, the doll will focus on not being explicitly masculine or feminine, therefore it can appeal to both genders. It have block-based coding and will be available on basic functionality. Now time for a demonstration.
So this is the programmable interface for our figure. It is a basic React app hosted on GitHub pages. In here, we could create programs that basically dictate the function of our figure. So we're going to create a simple program here, which will start on program run. We will then walk for, we're going to say 6 inches at a speed of 50%. We are then going to take a right turn, which corresponds to a 90-degree turn in our programmable interface at a speed of 50%. We're then going to do a little wave for the crowd. And we're just connecting all of these blocks with things called triggers. So each block contains a trigger that will then, upon completion, trigger the next block. And so once we wave, that's going to be the end of our program. So we are just going to end our program there. Pretty simple, right? So the programmable interface also has some advanced functionality to get kids more interested in creating complex applications and kind of, having all the tools so they can make their imagination a reality. So for instance, what we could do is, instead of just on program run, just walking for 6 inches, what we could do is use a if statement. So we are going to wait for an audio cue. And if we get an audio cue, we are going to do our turn. But if we don't get our audio cue, we're just going to end our program. And so the 2 triggers that correspond as outputs to the if statement are for the true and false outputs of the if statement, if it evaluates to true or false. We also have an option to negate the if statement as well for some advanced functionality. We also have ands, ors, and a bunch of other tools for Boolean arithmetic to have some advanced functionality for the programmable interface for the figure. One last cool thing about this whole thing is that it's stateful. So if you wanted to share a cool application you made for your figure with your friends, all you have to do is just copy the URL and send it to your friend. I'll just close that actually, and that there, and it's stateful. Basically, the URL contains a hash of the program state. So as long as you have a URL, you basically have your friend's application, which we think is really cool. Thank you.